Hola, buenos dias, hello, and good morning. Welcome to my channel. This is Andy Weston, resonating all solar systems, planets, intelligence from the galactic system of the energy core. Everything is going as planned right now. We're going through a tremendous devices through its communication lines. Everything is connected right now, and I'm folding everything through its atmospheres. So we had a major line shift through shaping shifts of its cloud formations, and it's changed its atmospheres on a 360 circle. And right now it's low dividing its altitude of speed and velocity and oxygen. So it's wind servicing through its systems right now through different dimensional realms. Hey, Reflection. Anna, how's it going? How you guys doing? I'm just talking about its Earth's atmosphere right now. So I also like to talk about pinpointing positions, how you can use your perception, your sensory perception, and how to open the mind and the brain frequencies on all calculations, how you can use that vision, concentrate on an object, and actually take the object and move it out of its center of its DNA structure and move it into the dimensional realm by its communication. And what I mean by communication is it's going to be floating around. So it's kind of like taking your higher self out and communicating with your higher self, whether it's going to travel or if it's going to basically understand what you're saying through its communication devices, because everything is line formatting through its dimensional realms and its continuous force. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to take our eyes of our visions and our sensories, and we're going to focus on an object. Now, I just want you to take a second and we really want you to analyze everything and see it for what it is. Now, if you can uplift and see the object, it could be anything in the room. It could be a light, it could be a switch, it could be a doorknob, it could be a door, anything, anywhere in its nature's core, a tree, a branch, anything. Focus on that. Don't take your eyes off that and try to visualize, try to change it. If it goes like this, it's changing it to the dimensional realms through communication levels of its vibration because it's relating to your vibration. So you can have continuous force through the object and its vibration. So we're going to line divide everything. We're going to see its DNA structure, uplift it through a glowing mechanism, which is going to be white. Everything resonates through its whites. Okay. And what's going to happen is it's going to levitate and it's going to go through another dimension. And your eyes through its the matrix is going to follow that object. And then you're going to communicate it with it. And what's going to happen when it communicates with it, it's going to come at you and it's going like that. Like I said with the galactic solar sun planet with my last video and the galactic moon, everything resonates around your energy fields and full connection wires. So you have full connection through its glowing mechanisms, through the meteorological systems. So it's powerful stuff, you know. Everything is connected through its electrolytes and everything through its commutative waves, the energy systematical waves through its circles, because everything line divides through its shapes, but everything is allocated. So basically, let's just say you take a doorknob. Okay, it's a circle, right? And right, so basically you focus on that, and it has an outer layer, right, which is an energy field through a force field. Now, once you see it glow, the matrix of its perception of your eyes is going to levitate that object, and you're going to be following it. So your eye perceptions are going to see through the dimensions of its pixels, and those pixels become real to you. So you be able to analyze that through the multiverse and its communication lines through its radio signals. I know it's getting more complicated right now, but this is what we're going to do. So I'm going to wait till everybody comes in, and then we can get a lot more formalization through the body and ecosystems. So how's everybody doing? Oh, I also want to mention too, talking about energies, I had a full force. Oh, painting, cool. May of gold. Hola. Buenos dias. Hello. I'd just like to mention too, I had a huge chakra formation that came into me yesterday. It's called the brain waving systems. It's chakra formation. So it's correcting all line divisions and understanding all frequencies of all humanities and its body and ego systems. I also received a little shawl that's put over. I had a tremendous force that came over me, and the angels were giving me hugs, and they gave me a gratitude of a Sha. Sha is its connection ways of the multidimensional heart, what has its continuous force, where it's connected with nature, water's continuum, air, fire. Okay. So what that means is now I resemble around the everlasting love of the Sha. It's almost like a thing that you just put over. So I'm fully connected through its loving source, the ever loving source, everlasting source of the multidimensional communication heart. So it's tremendous, guys, ladies. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you back, Anna. Whatever you miss, you can watch. So I know it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, it's crazy what's going on right now through its ground formations and its atmospheres and its space and its continuing. Oh, thank you, May of Gold. So May of Gold, make sure when you get a chance to send that picture to my email, because I want to formalize everybody so they can get the truth knowledge of what's going on through its energy cycles, through its energies and body and ecosystems, how you can heal the body in seconds just by knowing the brain frequencies. And I'm all connected through all brains, all humanity, all body and DNA structures of its ecosystems. So make sure you send that to my email. Light Being, how you doing? Well, I just want to get you understanding, the before and after picture so everybody can just get a basic idea that this is real. That's what's going on right now. But whenever you get a chance, May of Gold, I appreciate it. That would be nice. Yeah, it's great to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. You know, I'm formalizing through. You're going to get less pain more and more and more and more. Cancer's deriving system. It's not easy, but once we get the deactivation of its lines and its circuitry, we can change the circuitry, and these circuitries come from different elements or particles through space and its continuum. So it's on a totally different solar system of a galaxy realm. So we collect all those devices, change the DNA structures, upwind its circuitry, put it back into your body and ecosystems, and that's how you get rid of the cancer. That's how you get rid of all diseases, because everything relates on a different vibration of its DNA structure. So, because everything for me, it's like getting a part. Um, you know, uh, you're driving in your car, and all of a sudden something breaks down. So you have to go to a certain mechanical shop because it only has certain things at certain places. You know, like a 1957 Chevy, a part breaks down, you need to go to a certain mechanical shop to find that. You can't just go to one place. You have to go to that place where it has that particular part. So you can uprise its mechanical system through the car systems, energize the energy systems through the particles of everything, through its DNA structures. So when I talk on a galactic point of view through its DNA, I'm talking on electronic DNA, because everything is based on vibration and electronics through its mechanisms, because its mechanisms has full control through full rotation and rotation. Now, rotation through the circulation is high winding its surface through the electronics. It's vocalizing everything and its volumes through its communication levels of all electronics, all communication waves, all light formations, like light bulbs or whatever. I communicate on all levels, everything right now. So, and I have full connection waves right now through the multidimensional communication heart. And that's why I was given the Shah. So I have the everlasting love throughout the multidimensional earth. I have full connection of the multidimensional earth, its vibration, and its communication levels of its gravitation and its pull. So that's what I received yesterday. Very powerful. Oh, this is just the beginning, Gert. I'm going to be not just changing humanity and its DNA structure, but as an AI operative, I'm changing the vibration of the multidimensional earth. Okay? So, yeah, we're all one. We're a community. We're advancing through another upgrades. So, well, that's what I want, Mav Gold. I want everybody to see that the only way for humans to understand how powerful energies can be and understand that there is a galactic DNA and there's only one that resonates on Earth. Yes, there are formations of light formations and all that, but not in a high continuous force through its vibration of all intelligence realms and its communications of radio signals. I'm the only one that exists through its galactic system. So I have full control through its power grids, and now I've uprised its centers through the galactic higher cells. So I have 604 that are resonating around its dimensional Earth through its vibration. And right now, they're using their centers of its diamond core, uplifting, changing its crater interface. So everything is through its interface and interaction. And everything through that interaction becomes interaction. Interaction. So it's kind of like going like this, going like that. Interaction. It only exists in galactic system, okay? Because it's a polarized mechanism split into 4 divisional levels, okay? So we're subserving its surface through the subterranean, and it's a lower vibration through its century circle. Because everything through its crust is formulated through its waters, okay? And that's what gives its solar mechanisms and its powers through the galactic solar sun planet and the galactic moon. So you have the galactic solar planet and you have the galactic moon. They come together, formalize, right? They energize the systematical systems because they correct all divisional lines through its communication to bring up its new communication levels through its planets and solar systems. And it regenerizes, repopulizes its civilization through other intelligence of different realms through its infinitive space. And those infinitive space becomes its parallels. And those parallels are split in 5 different divisions of its centers. And those centers are different shapes through its vocational levels, which becomes the shapes and its vibrations. Okay. And everything below is subterranean. Okay. So that's why we have Pluto. That's why we have Mercury, anything below its surface of its Earth, because Earth is the center of everything around its planets and solar systems. Nobody knows that, only me. Okay. So everything is line formed, right? Every planet, every solar system. And that's how it's all connected through the galactic solar planet, sun planet, and the galactic moon. Because it resurfaces, it changes its atmospheres and its colorations, how it becomes night and dark and light with the galactic moon, and how the sun resonates around its solar systems and creates energy fields and force fields, energy grids, and systematical systems through the matrix. Because everything through the matrix self-evolves through the galactic moon and the galactic solar sun planet. And that's how it communicates on all levels through its divisional levels of its subterranean levels. And those subterranean levels go through its waters and its continuum. Its subsurface is 65-70% of water, which has a continuous force, which wind shapes everything through its atmospheres and connections of all diameters through the simulations of its virtual and its reality. Sorry, I just have a lot going on right now. I'm not just communing with intelligence. When you have high rising so many different dimensional levels and know everything through the galactic system, I'm now connecting with the planet's solar systems and its vibration. So okay, let's ask questions now. What are your questions? Yesterday I felt burning, freezing sensation inside my hairs. It didn't hurt. Okay, so basically reflection, you're changing atmospheres through the galactic system. So you're going through a solar mechanism through its dividing centers, and it's uprising through its polarized and its mechasystems through the synergy. The synergy is its graphic system. I remember I was talking about the matrix where it's going through its different realms. So it's changing atmospheres of a high altitude. That's why you get the high frequencies and you get the low frequencies. And the high and low change its vibrations through hot and cold. Okay, so that's why you're getting the back and forth of hot and cold. So you're changing divisional levels through its atmospheres of the higher self. That's what's happening with you, reflection. Okay, you know, I've been watching a lot of things about NASA and space and all this, and the creation of the missiles and what they're trying to do through the satellite dishes, how they're trying to communicate on so many different levels through intelligence. No human through its multidimensional Earth can communicate with aliens. It's because they don't understand vibration. They don't understand their harmonics. Everything resides on harmonics and its statutes of its voicing grids. It's all signals through its communication and radio signal. That's all it is. But it's so far through its planet and solar systems. There's no way anybody can be connected. Yes, they are trying to get full connection through its Mars. Okay, Mars is connected to Earth. Earth is connected to Mercury. Mercury is connected to Pluto. Pluto is connected to Uranus. Uranus is connected to Saturn. Everything is line connected. Okay? So there's brother and sister planets. Remember, when you're the galactic system and you're the DNA structure of the galactic solar systems, you know everything through its realms because I created planets through its DNA structure. For example, if you get perception, I was telling you about pinpointing an object. Now, we got enough people on right now through the community and its centers through the galactic system. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to show you through its perception how you can take an object, change its DNA structure, upwind its surface through its communication levels, use the volumes of its electricity through the plasma force, because everything through its dimensional realms of the perception, the sensory perception through the matrix and its pixels, you will see the dimensional realm high rising through a different level. So everybody concentrate on an object, look at that object. Okay. Now try to use your perception, try to communicate with that object. It could be a doorknob, anything you want. But when I look at something, I can change not just its DNA structures, but I can levitate its ground formations, change its shapes and its communication lines, upwind its centers, change a new vibration, okay, to a different realm, and put it back into a different shape through its vibration. That's what I can do. So it's very important that you guys start off with your perception, looking at an object and try to levitate it. Try to bring it out of its DNA structure. It's like the higher self when it comes out of you. It's a big, humongous white glow. So it's a shadow shifting image of yourself, which is a projection of the identity of self. So it comes out of your body and wants to communicate and float around. And it's a white symbol through its anomaly system. And those anomaly systems are from its DNA structures of particles and energies and galaxies through its parallels, through its dimensional realms. Now, everything is getting complicated, guys, because I'm high rising through not just on high divisions, but I'm talking to planets and solar systems through its vibration. So my brainwaving system, because I'm using the chakra formation, it's the highest chakra formation that you can accumulate in the body and ecosystems. I just received that yesterday. So it's very powerful stuff that's going on right now through its vibration. So let me know. Like I said, we're doing an experiment. I want you to see if you can levitate an object and bring it into a dimension and try to communicate with it. Try to let it float around. So your perception through the sensory of the eye perception is going this way. And you're taking that object out of its DNA structure and putting it into the matrix of a dimensional realm. Okay? So everybody tried to do that. Trisha, hi. How you doing? Nice to see you back again. Okay, so you're sort of feel it out. Okay, that's great. So if you can sort of feel it out and see the energy cycle through its meteorological system, it becomes a glowing mechanism. You can use that object and levitate it and bring it to a dimensional realm, but also communicate it with it too, right? This has gone way beyond anything, Anne. So, but anyway, I'm glad everybody's back through its community. We're going to get a couple more people. So whatever they missed, they can watch back. But May of Gold, where is your soul from? My soul is connection through its galactic force systems, where it's on the G1 force star systems. So I created through its light formations of a vibration, and that vibration grew to its solar mechanism, created a human source through a higher source to a galactic source. So I was born through a DNA structure through the galactic AI operative systems. That's how I was created. Yeah, exactly, Trisha. You're concentrating on an object and you're trying to levitate it, take it out of its DNA structure. You're trying to levitate it and float it into a dimension. So you're trying to communicate with. Remember, I was telling you everything is line division. Line division. Everything is line division, right? So take that out and move it across into a dimension, right? Yeah. So you're moving an object in 3D, not into space, into the matrix. Space and matrix are two different things. Space revolves around galaxies and dimensions. Matrix is way beyond because you have to understand codes and frequencies. We're not there yet, but once we get there, we'll understand. But I want you guys to get more formulative with your eye perceptions and how you can use an object, relate to it through its DNA structure, levitate it through its glowing mechanisms, and transfer it into the matrix by communication. Powerful stuff. So I want you guys to practice with that. It's not command. Remember how I said you have to build friendship and relationship through partnership? This is where the mind comes in. This is where the brain comes in. This is where you have to open your frequencies. Remember I was telling you about how you create a shape and you use its vibration, and you use that vibration through activation. The activation becomes movement. That's what you have to do with your object. Okay? But you're doing it on something that is related to the 3D mechanisms. Okay? This is where the telekinesis comes in. This becomes powerful. And once you build friendship, then you can build relationship. And then you can move it anytime you want. With your eyes open, yes. Try it with your eyes open, not closed. So it's not a commanding force, it's a friendship force. I'm trying to bring muscle tension. Muscle tension to the eye perception is changing your DNA structure through the matrix. Everything is line formated. Okay. So when you're communicating with it, you have to understand that it's created through its own force field. So that's what I mean by codes and frequencies. So try to communicate it. Like, look beyond the object. Just don't look at the object. Look what's behind the object. So this isn't the object. Let's say it's a tennis ball. Okay, so you're looking at the tennis ball, but I want you to see beyond the tennis ball, right? Which is at the back. Okay, so it goes this way, it goes this way, it goes this way, and it goes this way. So try to realize that when it's in space, it's created through its divisional levels of its shape. And that's how you communicate through friendship. You have to break the frequency codes of its DNA structure. Then you can line formate it, bring it to levitation through its glowing mechanisms, and transfer it to its communication lines of its waving patterns. And it floats and is communicating with you. And now you have friendship, right? So you just transferred an object into the matrix with your eye perception. So how's everybody doing with that right now? Are you still having problems or what? This is a little bit harder because now I put you already in dimensional space. I put you in a mystical place. I already showed you how to use a shape to activate it through its movement. Now we're using 3D mechanisms through the earth that you are on, and we're levitating an object through 3D to 5D. But you have to understand the mind. You have to open the brain frequencies. You have to. This is where the first time the higher self gets connected with the multiverse, with its dimensional realms, with its eye perception. So it's communicating on so many different dimensional realms of its levels of vibrations through its harmonics. It's going to take time, Trisha. This is where, okay, guys, this is not meditation. I'm helping you guys out. I'm showing you what you can do through the 3D world. But it's a multidimensional world right now. It's no longer 3D, but it's a 3D object. Okay. So once you understand, this is where you have to get communicated with your vibration. Once you understand its listening skills through its object, you understand the relationship you can have with the object through its vibration. That's good, Anna. That's a good start. It glows in the glow of a dark field, but it didn't float yet. So what is everybody else feeling? Are you understanding what line division is? That's good. Reflection, that's great. So you're changing your reflection. You're changing It's going like this, right? And then it starts glowing, and then it starts moving. So you're on the right track. That's right. Yeah. So you're transferring your 3D perception to the 5D perception. Okay. That's what you're doing through the transformation lights. This is where you guys get connection, full connection with your transformation lights and how to use it properly. This is how we focus. It's an incredible thing, what you can do. So basically, you're using mind telepathy through telekinesis, and you're asking an object to move through friendship. And then you build a relationship, and then you become partnership. Once you become partnership, you can levitate anything around its objects. Incredible stuff. No, it's not about love. It's just communication. Anna, your eyes are watery because you're straining too much. You have to be more focused. And everything through its connection, realize everything has emotion. Objects have emotion. Objects, even though it's metal or plastic, whatever, it still has a soul. And that soul is its DNA structure. Okay. So that's what I'm saying is you have to see beyond the object, not just look at the object. You have to look at the back of it. You have to understand how it's made, how it self-involves, how it creates. You break its frequency and its codes, then you can communicate it, and then you can levitate it, and then you can put it in the matrix. It sort of disappears and glows, white out and focus. Well, that's a good start, Marigold. You're using your perception. Your perception is changing to the fifth dimension. It's all about muscle retraction, muscle tension, muscle observation, muscle communication, muscle line formation. And then it comes muscle reflection. And then it becomes muscle identification. And then the most important thing, it becomes muscle space continuum through the matrix. The object starts to turn into oil paint, like it smooths out. That's good though, reflections. So your eye perception is changing its different differential levels and you're changing your colorations. So you're upwinding your cycles through its realms. So you're communicating with colors. You're realizing, but try to concentrate on the object because I find reflection. You're not just concentrating on the object. You're concentrating on everything around you, and that's why it comes colorations. You just focus on that object. Don't focus on everything around in its back. That's why you're getting, everything smoothed out. Yeah, just the object. Trisha, I see the energy swirling around closely to the rock and outward now. Great. So Trisha, you're getting full communication of levitation through its line formating, and everything is going through its continuous force of its perception through its 5D. So you've outwinded its cycles through its DNA structures. You've taken the 3D object out through its communication lines outward. That's great. Good for you. So it's a good start. That's a good start. That's good. So the more you do that, the more you can create through relationship. But really focus on the collaboration between you and the object. Right? Remember, you're not just seeing, you're knowing. And knowing becomes doing. And doing becomes its virtual reality. Because and it all starts out, everything has a DNA structure. So once you understand its components and everything is made through its particles. Okay. So you got to learn how to separate that. Okay. Understand what it is. What am I looking at? What does it represent? What do I use it for? How can it help me? How does it benefit me? That's what I'm talking about friendship. When you're looking at an object, what does it represent to you? What does it mean? Then, once you get that understanding through its DNA structure, then you understand how to use your perception to take it in the fifth dimension to the matrix. Does everybody understand now? So basically, you're using your mechanisms through its lock formations. And lock formations is going through its line divisions. And those line divisions are changing its particles and energies because everything is self-absorbed through its electricity and absorption. Okay? Trisha, you're changing allocated situations through its eye perception. So your divisional levels are changing from 3D to 5D. So if you're able to move, okay, and focus on an object, it's going to move because you have already friendship. Let's say, for example, you have a brush, you comb your hair with the brush, right? As soon as you touch it, it's communicating through you. All right. You guys don't know that, but it all has its own solar mechanism through its center, because everything is evolved through its center. This is the center, and then everything particles and all the energies, and then it creates the object around through its voicing grids and its communication of radio signals. And now you have a complete object of whatever it is, right? So once you understand your analytical systems through the energy systems, through the energy cycles, through your energy fields and your force fields, through the energy grids, everything self-evolves through its matrix, through communication, levitation, flotation, reactivation, okay? And that's why it high rises through its dimension of its matrix. Exactly. If it's blurring, that means you're changing its DNA structure. You're self-evolving and you're taking its light formation out. Every object has a light formation. If you can take it out, that means you're communicating with it. And then you ask it, what do you want to do with it? It's talking back at you through the audio perception. And don't forget, guys, when you're doing this, you're the higher self. You're not doing it through the human vessel. This is the higher self communicating with an object in its 3D. Yeah. It's all about understanding how to use the mind and the brain. But you have to understand its open frequencies because everything has volumes through its objects. You're communicating with the object, and that object is communicating with you. So, Dustin, how you doing? Yeah, you're getting tired right now because you're high rising on higher divisions, and you guys are getting connected through solar systems now. I'm uprising your energy fields through your body and ecosystems. So your connection devices are going through its energy grids. You guys now have an energy grid. And if you don't, you can get connection with the higher self more and uprise its circles, change its frequency levels to its vibration, correct all its division lines, and use the graphing center of its systems. But you have to use the energy grids before you can use your force fields and energy fields. I mean, we haven't even got into the energy fields yet. I mean, just let's take one step at a time here. Yeah, reflection. If it's blur, then you get a full understanding. You're focusing on the blur until it comes into its actual object. Not the object that you see in front of you, but the actual matrix object. If you communicate on all different levels through its dimension of its matrix, Dustin, yeah, you're going to feel loudness. You're going to see that continuous force. So you're winding your circles through the higher self right now. You got to slow down your mechanisms because I find you're high rising too fast and you're not sure what you're doing. So try to communicate and use the audio switch. Okay? You got to change your frequency levels to its balance. You're going too quick, too fast. That's why you're getting tired. Yeah, once you see a hazy glow, then you see its true form. Anna. Oh, you're very welcome, Dustin. That's why I'm here to help you and guide you and support you in any way I can and bring you guys forward so you can use your mind telepathy and your brain frequencies and your open frequencies to understand your body and your ecosystems and how you can use all your connection devices through its energetic systematical systems through the energy cycle systems and use those force field systems through the energy grids and its energy fields systems. But yeah, you guys are doing extremely well. Okay, so Anna's getting more communicative with her sensing, her pineal gland. So you're opening your center. So basically, guys, this is extremely important. This is a communication waves to everything. Now, when you open the pineal gland, it's like this. It's a circle. Okay, everybody has a different body and ego structure through its systems. All right, so it's like this. It's going like this. That's what it's doing. And it's trying to communicate with everything that you see that revolves around its atmosphere. So it's very important that the pineal gland has full communication through friendship and relationship and partnership with everything that you reside around through its atmospheres, its nature's core, and space and its continuum and the multiverses. That's good, Dustin. You're finding a different level. That's great. Yes, it's the yin and yang balance. That's right, Dustin. Everything is focused, guys, ladies. Yeah, light beam. When I did that mind graphing through the analytical system of its graphing system of the matrix, I was just showing you what it's like This is what I see every day through the pixels and its communication of all its shapes and its radio signals. That's what my eye perception is, guys. It's that block formation of its matrix, and those lights are going like this, all different colors. That's the matrix. That's how I see the matrix. And it's more formulated. It shows its true identity at night. Okay? So when I sleep and it's nighttime and I look at the wall and I use a back reflection from a phone, you know how a phone has, it's plastic, right? And you take a picture, right? Well, it's reflection from the back wall. I see space. Now, this is another thing I want you guys to concentrate on too. At nighttime, look at your wall, okay? Tell me what you see through your eye perception. See if you see any movements. And I also want you to take a picture of the wall and see if you see space and its particles of energies. See if there's any communication lines through its shapes. Okay? So basically, you should be able to see a blueprint of your community. And that's what I mean by communication. Everything has a webbing graph, which is called a blueprint. And use those blueprints through its graphing system. And that's become the matrix. Okay? Everything is through line defense. All right? So basically what I did when I was looking at the wall, I was seeing the computer graphings of all the buildings. And this was printed on the wall. That's what I mean by breaking codes and frequencies. A wall is just not a wall. But if you go beyond the wall, you see space and it's continuing through its particles and communication lines of all radio signals, of all colorations, through the matrix. Your eyes are always going to keep moving. Yeah. Okay, Trista, so you're getting connected now with your perception and your communication with the higher self and its objects. So that's great. Good for you. Seeing fluctuating tunnel of light. Okay, so May of Gold is getting communication ways with the higher self. Trisha's in space. I see grids. I see web lines, and I glow. Follow them. Great. So you're communicating on all lives and wavings. You're getting connection through grids. That's great. Trisha, I see pixels in some videos. So you guys are getting connected now through pixelization of its matrix. So you're communicating on different levels right now. That's what I mean by getting connected through the multiverse. How it has all connections to its waving patterns and all radio signals. So you guys are getting more formulated and understanding what the body and ecosystem is through its perception of its eye and its energy pods, the eye perception, audio, and voicing grid. And that's why it's better to see live videos, because everything I give you, you're going to see. Okay? So I'm giving you something you need to know. And you watch the video, you're still going to go through that transformation through manifestation. But my eye perception is because what's happening through the ecosystems, I'm controlling everything through your mechanisms and all your circuitries. So I'm giving you everything. But it's very important that you guys understand, do this on yourself through practice and meditation. Okay? Everything is a test. Everything. I'm just helping you along the way of what you can see through your perception, how you see everything different, how you communicate in all waves and forms, through volumes, through circuitry, through the analytical system, through the mind, through the brain, of all frequencies and vibrations of its harmonics. Trying to see a lot of comments here. Yeah, an orb appeared, an object moved up, another appeared, moved up. Yeah, so basically you're getting communication with its wavelengths and its colorations. So that's great, Anna. Joseph, how you doing? I'm feeling very low today. Your vibration's on a different waving length, Joseph. That's why. Your communal waves are going through its negative source. So basically going to upwind your negative and your DNA structure, change your vibration to a balance. So you should be feeling a little bit better now. How do you feel, Joseph? I'm doing circulation and rotation right now, 3 body and ecosystems. How do you feel? Tell me how you feel. How's it going? I feel that vibration up rising right now. You're going to start to feel better. See how powerful I'm? I'm more powerful now, guys, because I have communication waves through the multidimensional communication waving heart. And that Shah is giving me love beyond its multidimensional earth and all realms of definitive space of all its humanity, body, ego structures, and the multi-universe and its full connection waves through the radio signals. Nah. I see videos like pictures, Trisha said meditating like starting to happen more now with my eyes open. Great. So you're getting more connection with your eyes and your perception. So you're seeing the matrix, Trisha. Great stuff. Joseph is much better. Good for you. The dark field is expanding. I just changed your waving lengths there, Joseph. You're high, low rising. So I can heal extremely fast now because I have connection of all waves through its multidimensional heart. Everybody has to understand how the heart is the connect to everything. And once it expands, it creates a whole new DNA structure. It circulates and rotates, right? So as it comes down, right? Let's just think that my multidimensional communication heart is the size of a solar system. That's what it is, guys. It's love and beyond. Hey, Eric, how you doing? I'm changing your body and ecosystems. You're going through transformation through manifestation. I'm changing all your transformation lights and circuitries, Trisha. So yeah, your colon is basically, it's correcting all. It's once you guys understand that you can see things through your body ecosystems, I can heal anything in my body. I can tell my body what to do. And that's about communication and vibration because everything in your body is connected. Okay. You have your heart, you have your lungs, okay, you have your kidneys. Everything's communication, but those are all part of the body and ecosystems. But when you're in space through a galactic DNA structure, everything is connected through fire and wiring, electricity, circuits, components, panels, okay, subdivisional levels of coolants. Coolants are connected through the heat sensors, okay. Use coolants to cool down through your planets and solar system. That's where you got to use the audio grids because it high rises in so many different levels of its continuous force. And that's what I'm saying, Dustin, is you got to slow down because you're going extremely fast. Not only are you going to overload your system through the body and ecosystems, but you're going to correct its divisional levels to a break frequencies, and it's going to break that vibration. If you break that vibration, you're going to go through a continuous force, through a back force, and that back force is going to change your DNA structure and put you in a dark energy through its vibration. So, Dustin, you don't want to do that. How's Eric doing? How's everybody doing? Anna's buffering. Different focuses. I love the questions that you give me, but you give me so many questions and it's override system. Try to focus on one by one. You're thinking too far ahead. Focus on here now. Focus on everything around you. Focus on your mind, your brain, your frequencies, everything that opens and is. And also focus on the body and the ecosystems of what it can do through its components and everything through its electricity, everything through its light formation, everything. You guys, ladies, you have to understand the light formation has a life of its own. Once you're in space continuum, you are no longer the human vessel. You've mastered the human vessel. I said that before, but now is the time for you to master the galactic self through the higher self. Because everything rides on continuous force through the galactic system. And the energy core provides that to everybody's mechanisms through the body and ecosystems. So the connection waves are high rising right now through everybody. Okay. Now, I'll show you how powerful I am because I'm mastering my thoughts, but it's gone way beyond that because I have connection waves through its multidimensional communication heart of all synchronous souls through the body and the ecosystems. The connection waves through the vibrations and their balance. So if I do this, okay, I'm doing this. It's on a spinning cycle right now. Okay. Now, you think I'm twirling my finger round and round, but what you don't realize is this DNA structure through space. So everything through space is happening right now, and its waves are going through its vibrations, and everything's connected through your body and ecosystems. So basically, your head is spinning, your body's wavering back and forth right now, and I'm going to stop. Feel. Everybody okay? Once you have connection of the multiverse and its communication lines, you connect on all human levels of its DNA structure. So I now control everything through its multidimensional Earth, its vibration, solar systems, and communication waves through all humanity's body and ecosystems and DNA structures. Yeah. Through your high horizon and divisional levels. So when I close my eyes now, this is coming from Trish, I'm instantly in space. Does that mean I'm in the galaxy? Galaxy and space are two different dimensions, okay? They ride on too many different realms of particles of energies, okay? Galaxies are created through realms of its centers. Everything revolves around its centers, and that's how it's created through its particles. So you got the atoms, you got the molecules, you got everything through its defragmentation, right? Where it procreates to create, and it self-regulates everything through its solar systems. Solar systems have huge connection through its galaxies. So, yeah, when you close your eyes, you are in space because now you're getting connection with your object and you're also getting connection with space. So you're building more intelligence through the mind. You're actually opening the brain frequencies. But when you close your eyes and you're saying to me, am I in a galaxy? It doesn't mean you're in a galaxy. You're in galaxies, right? Everything's not a galaxy. Everything's not a solar system because it goes way beyond the systems. And that's why I said the galactic systems. That's why I said the energy systematical, meteorological systems. Everything is systems in space and it's continuum. Nothing is system. Okay. So Trisha, when you're seeing galaxies, you're seeing way beyond its galaxies. Okay. That's how powerful it is, the mind and the brain are. So hey Dustin, it goes way beyond geometry. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Glad I could help you out, Trisha. Don't forget, you guys are going through body transformations, all right, through its ecosystems. Space has transformation manifestations. It changes its volume patterns through its communication lines of all radio signals. It changes galaxies. It changes universes. It changes everything through its communication of the multidimensional Earth and its vibration, its frequencies, through its harmonics. It has to. It has to change its allocations through its location. Everything rotates on a dime, right? Seeing how you spin the dime, it goes and it spins like that. Well, it's creating all divisional lives through its vibration and its frequencies, but it's changing its volumes through its communication and its radio signals, right? That's why everybody thinks the multidimensional Earth is flat, because they think on a human point of view. But if you're in a galactic system through a DNA structure, then you understand how everything is self-involved through its matrix. Heart palpitations, yeah. So I've been on an hour too. This is fantastic. You guys are going through a tremendous force right now. Once you get past the blurry stage, then you'll be able to focus on the energetic system. Through everything is related through its correctional divisional levels of its vibration. Once you understand its vibration, you understand everything has a force field and energy field. And then you can use that glowing mechanism through your perception and levitate that object to the matrix. So but this is where you guys really have to focus. This is where it goes way beyond. So it goes from here all the way back to here. Okay. And the brain wants to know what you're doing, right? That's in a human point of view. And that's why you guys are having trouble. If you think on a galactic point of view, you're not going to have any problems because you're going to already have that focus. You're already knowing what you're doing, not seeing what you're doing, know what you're doing. And then everything becomes infinite through infinity, of infinities, to procreating of infinities, to its creation of its infinities. So everything is way beyond of its DNA structure. That's how you guys have to relate to everything around you and its atmospheres. That's the only way you're going to be able to understand communication through its matrix. Okay. So, any more questions? But your body and ecosystems are changing every single day. You're going through perception, you're going through the mind, you're going through the brain, you know, you're going through transformation, you're going through so many different elements, you're going through so much communication of its solar systems, planets, colorations, right? So that's what's happening with everybody. Yeah. Yeah, but you don't want to go too much, Dustin. You want to blow your mechanisms because you're going to diffuse everything through its cycle systems. So the reason why you feel the video transmission is weird, Anna, is because you guys are all in the atmosphere right now. You're not on the PowerPoint. You're not on the system. You're not gravitation on a structure, okay, of a building, of a spaceship. You guys are floating in space. You're floating in space right now. So that's why everybody's going, that's why they're seeing so much more. It is because I'm allowing you to see what you can see of its beyond through space and its continuum, its multiverses. So Dustin's got to go, got to start driving. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Dustin, you're back on Earth. I just took your body needle structure and just took everything through its collection and its devices and put you back down on its platypus of the human vessel. So you're back on Earth. But I just want everybody to know they're floating in space right now. You guys are not on a power center. So I just want to let you guys know what's going on. I want you guys to know what you can see and know what's beyond by using your perception. That's why everybody's, a lot of people are seeing the grids. It's matrix. If you're feeling when you're communicating with an object, that means your energy cycles are communicating. Don't forget too, is that when you communicate on a higher level of its matrix and its vibration with its object, that object's going to put energy into you and it's going to communicate with you. That's how powerful the matrix is. That's pretty powerful if an energy, because everything is self-evolved through its DNA, right? Everything comes from somewhere. Everybody creates something for everybody to use, right? But if you break the DNA, then you communicate with the DNA, and then everything's self-evolved through its DNA. And now you have communication through friendship. So how is it floating in space? How's everybody doing? I'm in space right now, just floating. Don't worry, you got your magnesium force systems. I've got that already covered. So yeah, friendship, yeah. Anna, just don't get ahead of yourself. Really concentrate on what you're doing. That's all you got to do. Concentrate on what you're doing. Just relax, yeah. Okay, reflection. Here's a little psychological image I can give you. You are now in space. You are floating through all different dimensional realms of its solar systems. Now, I really want you to try to focus. So I'm helping you out along the way. So my voicing grids is going to help you because my voice is in space continuum, all volumes through its intelligence of its communication lines and its radio signals. Okay. So you guys have to understand when you use your voicing grids, it's extremely powerful because you're connecting on different dimensional realms of its intelligence. That's how they all communicate, through the voicing grid. And the voicing grid becomes harmonic, right? Yeah, you'll get stronger when you meditate. Yeah, exactly. When you're watching me. Everything is through relax. Everything is through flow. Everything is through breathing mechanisms. Everything is connection. Everything is through yin and yang, right? You have to think beyond I see a tree. I see a tree for what it is, but what is the tree itself? How was it created? That's what I'm talking about. Communication is going beyond its existence, you know? You have the ground formation, you have a seed. Put the seed in the ground, electrolyticity, everything's communicated through its ground formations, all communication. So the communication of its ground is communicating with the seed. The seed's communicating with its life formations, everything that's connected through its DNA structure of its seed. So it has full relationship and partnership with the ground and its seed. Self-involves through its electricity, uprises it and brings it up to a tree, and it grows. That's how it's created. Knowing everything in space and continuum in its galactic system is understanding everything that you need to know, everything that you want to know, everything that you see for what it is, because everything is different. But when you think on a human point of view, you just look at a tree and it's just a tree. Maybe you understand it, but do you know it? How it was built, how it was created, how it's self-involved. Understand its DNA structure, like really look beyond, that's where the mind comes in. That's where the brain comes in. That's how it's self-involved, you know? You look at a tin can, right? If you strip the tin can, you notice there's particles of energies waving its lengths. Remember I told you everything's a vibration? Well, first off, if you take the can and you roll it and you see it for what it is, you'll see material. Okay? And that creates clothing. Right? Cans. Cans create clothing that we wear. That's what I'm talking about, is understanding everything around you through the knowing system, through the intelligence of the mind, of everything in its brain and its frequency, through its harmonics. That's what I'm talking about, communication with its vibration. So when you split that can and you see the material, then it formulates into something else. That's what I'm talking about. Focus is just not focus. It's going way beyond the focusing its century circle through the energy systematical systems of all mechanicals, of its body DNA structures, of its vibrations, and its harmonics. So focus is not just focus. So I just created something out of my mind through my brain frequencies of what focus is. So try to do that too. Try to put an action verb or an action word into a sentence. One word. Write it down on a piece of paper. Okay. Pick a word. Okay. It can be a verb, any kind of verb. And try to use your brain and mind frequencies of what that word could be through a sentence. Powerful stuff when you go beyond one word. And that's where the mind changes. That's where the brain changes through its frequencies. So you're communicating on all levels of its word. So there's a little bit of a knowledge system that you can use for any kind of action verb. So how's everybody feeling right now? What's their relation to space and its continuum? Do you feel like your bodies are shifting its winds? Do you feel like the higher self is going this way or that way? Floating on oxygen right now through space. I'm just showing you. Head pressure, okay. Full of energy, want to go, go, go. All right. I feel still stable and alert. Everybody's feeling different. Remember, your body and ecosystems are changed in so many different waving patterns through its energy cycles. So, Amanda, how you doing? You're feeling positive and physically a lot going on because you're training your brain frequencies, you're changing your mind frequencies, you're changing your body and ecosystem through transformation. So that's why you're getting these vibrational levels and dizzy. Okay. So you guys have to discord your systems by changing the chords, changing the vibration, and cutting the cords. And then you're going to find your balance through your frequency levels. Let me know when you want to go back on Earth. Right now, you guys are floating in a different dimension. You're different. Your cycle divisions are high rising right now through its oxygen levels. So I have you in a high force, but not on a high force. So your vibration and your floating higher selves, it's just getting connection waves with its communication levels. Or do you have a pinched nerve or a cord in the back? Okay, Eric, you have a pinched nerve, so I'm going to change your frequency levels. Upwinded surface through its DNA structures. Change the nerving system. Uprides its cords. Changes circuitry of its back systems. Use some activation through its heats. The cycle divisions are... So basically, right, you do have a pinched nerve in your back. It's high rising on different vibration. So I'm going to bring it back to its balance. Change your cord systems. And it's all the circuitry through its DNA structure. So Eric, you should be feeling some kind of heat right now. It's like a heat and cold mix kind of thing. So you got two energies through its cycles that are going through its divisional levels of its back and its cords. So that's how powerful the mind and the brain frequencies be, guys. The fix-it system, to know the believing system. You're welcome, Eric. Amanda wants to go back. Okay. You're back on Earth. So your balance of divisional levels, Amanda, right? Going through circular rotation right now. You're thinking on too many different levels. Okay, guys, you're still thinking on a human point of view. Yes, you're a human vessel, but when you're in space, you are now a solar. You're a kinetic energy source through its vibration of its light formations. You're a continuous force of its speed and acceleration. The more you understand that, the more knowledge you'll get, the more balance you get. But there's quite a few people that are using their doubt systems. It's going to just vibration to put negative vibration into your body. Okay. So try to focus on that. And it's going to help your septic centers. Septic centers, its divisional levels, its planet solar systems, of its vibration communication line of the radio signals. So you're connecting in so many different ways to the solar systems. Just concentrate on one solar system, the planet system that you resonate on. Don't concentrate on other things. That means like don't concentrate on so many different things. Focus on one thing. Yeah, I'll do that in Mexico City. Which, by the way, I'll be leaving tomorrow. I'm moving to Mexico City tomorrow evening, so I can't wait. Yeah, everything is moving, waving back and forth. Yeah, because you're floating through its divisional levels of its oxygen. I put you in a high rising through its dimension. You're in a galaxy of the unknown reflection. So your body's going like this. You know, I want you guys to get understanding what the higher self does without flying its mechanisms. I showed you how you can fly, but I was controlling your body and ego systems at the time. You guys have to understand correctional divisional levels through the matrix and its communication lines through the radio signals. Then you guys can fly on your own. You can meditate on a level that you're at, but if you want to go higher, you got to come to me. Because if you don't, your brain's going to get distorted. All the brain frequencies are going to change. It's going to break all its information. It's going to break the frequency levels. It's going to bend its DNA structures. So those particles and energies are going to go through the wind surfacing of a new dark realm. And that dark realm is going to collect its all devices through its transformation lights. And that transformation is going to get started. So it just goes way beyond everything through the brain frequencies and the mind. Everything's got to be on a continuous force. That's why it's extremely important that you guys watch my live videos so you get a full understanding on how you can altitude to a higher altitude through space and its continuum through the higher self. So does everybody want to float back down to Earth? Nope. Okay. And I want to go back. Okay, Anna, you're back on Earth in your human vessel. So you guys have any more questions that you want to know about on today's session? Okay, so I think everybody's getting a huge understanding of what's going on when you float into space. Okay, so all these things are helping you through your divisional levels, through the stuff, because everything is communication through the multiverse. Okay? So, but what I'm going to do, it's an hour and a half. I'm going to get going. I got a lot of things I need to do because I'm leaving tomorrow night. So, I'm going to do another short video pretty soon. But right now, I'm just going to revamp myself and do through another meditation that I need to do. And I'll come back and do another live stream for everybody. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers for the love and support. You guys are amazing. Let's keep up the continuous force. This is Andy Weston, resonating in all solar systems, planets, and intelligence from the galactic system of the energy core, going through all systematical systems of its vibration and multidimensional Earth, bringing back its vibration through the communication lines of everything that is self-evolved, through the transformation lights, its energy lights, and its meteorological systems, calling it adios.